Good morning and welcome to day 2 of our Scotland NC500 trip. If you watched day 1, you'll realise that I didn't do any commentary. The reason for that was that it was mostly motorway riding, so I didn't actually film any of that either. So yesterday the trip took us from home to Gretna Green, and then from Gretna Green up to where we are now at Duck Bay in Loch Lomond. As I say, most of that was motorway, so it was pretty boring. Did do a few pictures of Gretna Green, but there wasn't really that much to talk about. So the plan for today is to head from Loch Lomond up to our destination of Fort Augustus. On the way to Fort Augustus, the plan is to stop at the Falls of Follock, the Commando Memorial, finally Invergarry Castle before we reach Fort Augustus. Okay, so as you will have already seen, we were staying at the Duck Bay Hotel, and I can highly recommend the hotel. Everything about it was great. The ladies on reception couldn't do enough for us. The room that we had was overlooking the loch. What a fabulous view. We did have breakfast and we had an evening meal there, and again that was fantastic. Can't fault it. Everybody that we dealt with were brilliant. So if you get a chance to stay there, we definitely recommend it. You're probably wondering from the video why we have our wet gear on. Well, we were informed that the weather was going to come in and change, so although it was a great start to the day, we decided to put our wet gear on because we know how quickly the weather can change, especially in Scotland, and trying to get wet gear on when you're wet and there's no cover, for those that ride motorcycles they'll know it's difficult at the best of times. So we set off with our wet gear on, and as it happens we didn't actually need it. The day was bright and clear for most of it. The weather started coming in when we got to Fort Augustus, but it didn't happen until much later on in the evening. It's a long time since I was last up this far into Scotland, and obviously we're going a lot further, but I really had forgotten how fantastic the scenery is. I don't want to keep going on about the scenery because that's what everybody says, but it truly is spectacular. To our first stop, the Falls of Follock. Really glad that we stopped off here. This is just a fantastic place to get away from riding for a few minutes, stretch the legs Great scenery again. Said I wasn't going to keep going on about it, but so good. Obviously there's waterfalls and rivers and a scenic bridge where you can just have a look out. So again, if you get a chance, I would definitely recommend having a stop here. The Green Welly Cafe. If you know, you know. I think most bikers have heard of the Green Welly Cafe. It's a famous stopping off point when up in this part of the world. Although on this occasion we didn't stop, just carried on going. This is Glencoe. Along this road there are plenty of places to stop and take it all in, and it's definitely worth stopping. because the weather was pretty decent, we decided that we'd take a detour. So we took the advice of the guys called Midlife Motorcycle Diaries, and we went round Loch Leven. For those of you that are not familiar with Midlife Motorcycle Diaries, they have a YouTube channel. I'd recommend having a look at some of their content. It's great. They get to some great places, stay at some great places, so highly recommend following them. and to our next destination, the Commando Memorial. I was a little disappointed when we got there because there was work being done on it. It was being refurbished, so you couldn't actually get up to the statues. But nevertheless, I can say that I've been there, seen it, given our respects. I would hope to get back up there as soon as we can and see it without all the work going on. And this is our final stop in the Gary Castle. That was a great day's riding. From Duck Bay, Loch Lomond, up to Fort Augustus. We were lucky with the weather. It was forecast to change, but we managed to dodge any little bit of rain that there was on the way. It was a little bit blustery coming across Glencoe, but it is open there, so I suppose you can expect that, but it wasn't too bad. We even managed to fit a trip round Loch Levenin. We managed to get to Fort Augustus mid-afternoon, which was the plan all along. So now we can enjoy going have a wander round, and we'll go and see if we can see Loch Ness. See if we can see the monster. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And in the next one, we attempt to get up to Gairloch.